Always stressed out? Are you always in a hurry? Are you constantly in a hurry? You just can't get that phone out of your hands today. Perhaps you were on your phone all day and you missed the whole entire day staring at a digital screen. I would say this to everyone. This is why I created this special episode today on the Leisure Man podcast. If you felt any of those symptoms of constantly stressed out, always in a hurry, you can't get off your phone, you can't get off your laptop, this is a series for you to tune into to start to understand that we have been trained to be slaves. I'm going to say it. We have been trained to be slaves to these items, these things we just talked about, slave to the future, slave of fear. Those are the masters that the 3D realm bestows upon us, and they do it so subtly and sleekly that we just think it's a part of normal human life, and it's not. I'm here to tell you that it's not. So, guys, welcome into the Leisured Man podcast. My name is Kamal, and I am your leisured guide, leisured man to remind humanity that we are been trained as slaves to other men, into other, say, fears, doubts. What else do they teach us? We're enslaved to our jobs. That's another thing. So I want to say this to you guys. I'll say this. The reason why I chose to do this episode is because I wanted to establish more foundations of this channel. I wanted to just tell the viewership what's happening on this channel, what to expect on this channel, and how to live a more leisured life. And I feel this episode is going to do that. I'm really going off the fly, guys. I really haven't written out much. So everything is just coming into me as I'm talking to you. So let's just say I'm channeling right now. I'm trying to get the words to channel the message to the collective out there. But that is what I want to say today. So I want to say this to everyone. The reason why people have a problem with being leisured or lazy or not doing anything is because we've been, again, trained to be so busy as a slave would that we think, again, that it's a part of an adult experience. We think it's a part of human society to be stressed out and anxious and on 1,000 different medications for those two things, or measuring ourselves to the next person. And that's another state of lack that enslaves us in the mind. And that's what I'm talking about, guys, when I say slavery. I'm not talking about the physical slavery. I'm talking about the mental chains. The mental chains that were subtly clamped on your arm as a little boy and little girl, or unidentified, let's say that, not unidentified, but a non-binary kid can still be chained in the mind because the downloads are coming through from so many different parts of or rungs of society that people start believing it and incepting it. And again, like I always say, inception of an idea gets planted so subtly that it becomes us and we don't question it. That's another thing of slavery they teach us, is to not question anything, just go with it. This channel is dedicated to not going with it. As you guys see, I'm still waking up with my coffee. I want to say this to everyone. The leisured man is a master of our own universe, meaning we call the shots. That is a true leisured man. I don't want to say this to everyone. A leisured man knows no master. What do I mean by that? Just like if we were, let's say, in ancient Rome where there were slaves around and there was a leisure class, the leisure class in Rome, or imperial Rome, knew of no master. They didn't call, no one called to them to do this, to do anything in their life. They were the ones making the decision for their day, how their day was going to go. And everyone else around them was just going to have to adjust to it And that's what a leisured man is, guys. We have no master. We know of no master. The only master that we know about is ourselves. Why? Because we have a higher consciousness in there as well. So that's why I said what I said about we know no master. The only master that we know of is no one. No one is outside this. Well, I would say, we're in control because we are the master of the universe, of our universe. But yeah, a leisured man just knows no master. We're not hurried. No one's calling us to say you need to come here. Um, no one is, our master isn't calling us to stress us out over a job not well done or not well performed. Um, we are not called upon advice to steal our attention away from uh, our life. That's a part of a slave. That's not a part of a master. Master has time to get up in the morning to leisurely look out the window and listen to the symphony of birds outside. A master has time to wake up in the morning and journal and meditate, ground. Meanwhile, the rest of the house is, stirring around, getting busy. The outside world's busy. Your internal world is completely at peace, and that is a leisure master. And that's what I want to help people to evolve into. Because my last episode, I said it. I've done this for a very long time, pretty much my whole entire life. That has been my natural cadence when I wake up in the morning. But as I shared with all of you my last episode, it was trained to me to get up and be busied. Although I did grow up, let's just say, quote unquote, upper middle class, even within that gilded, let's say, lifestyle of comfort, there's still a part of slavery within inside of that. It's the slavery of the mind, meaning that we need to rush to a job. We have to be at our desk at a certain time. We have to be in position at a certain time. Can't be late. Or if you go to school for children, they teach us young, you have to be at your desk at this certain time. And again, guys, this is just slavery in training. We just do it from K through 12. The reason why they keep kids for 8 hours a day, maybe 6 hours a day. They train them young. And again, people just think it's a part of humanity, and it's not. We weren't born to be a slave to the factory system. That's what I'm trying to reach for. It finally came out. So this is my channel message for all of you: is evolving yourself into a leisured man, a leisured master, where you call the shots. You make all the decisions in your life for yourself, when you want to do it, how you want to do it, and everyone else is just going to have to adjust to what you're doing. And a slave is the one that's stressed, hurried, and engrossed with so many different things and distractions in their life that they have no time for themselves. And that is what I'm going to help the collective to evolve from on this episode. Let's continue on. So before we get too much into it, everyone, this is a brand new channel. So click, like, subscribe, and please share this channel to other people. If something that I said resonated with you so far, please tell other people about the channel. The more subscribers we do have to the channel, the more I can start providing member services to people, having monthly memberships. But as you guys know, I'm being very transparent here. I looked it up yesterday. There has to be a certain amount of subscribers for me to create the monthly subscription. So if you guys would like more detailed information on how to become a leisured man, please tell others about the channel, subscribe yourself, and we can start building the community of leisure to where we can have retreats and leisured wine events, leisured philosophy events, leisured book events. There's so much I want to create with this channel. So help me, guys, help you, all at the same time. So the more traction that this channel gets, the more the word of leisure comes out to people, and the more we can start attracting more people to the life of leisure and stop being a slave to corporate America. And this is what, or just corporations anywhere in the world. stop being a slave to them, and find our own niche in life. Call the shots for once in our life, and actually see the world. It's not just be in front of a desk for 40 years. That's not life, guys. I know they only give us 2 days to live a life, which is still slavery, guys. But again, start just bringing awareness to your personal life and your work life and what's happening with it. Working for 5 days a week and getting 2 days off, that's freaking slavery. I'm just gonna say, guys. So let's explore that. I will think of some ways of how I could tell you everyone to evolve out of that. I haven't gotten just yet, because like I said, guys, this is just something I'm talking off the cuff. So that being said, everyone, getting back to it. The leisured man knows no master. We are not enslaved, meaning we're not chained at the mind anymore. And I believe I shared this with you, with everyone in my last episode. I have a hard time going to work now. When I do go to work, I'm not in a rush to really. I'm not in a rush the way I used to be in a rush. Like closing the door, yeah, I'll get that door closed, or starting up service. I'm like, yeah, guys, we'll get it done eventually. So I'm not enslaved. Let's just say that I'm not enslaved to the job. And then also, I want to say too, guys, with slavery is just slow down. I think that's the first part of this whole foundation. It's just slowing down. Once you understand that, your time is more valuable than a corporation's time. That's how you can start breaking the chains of slavery of the mind. Is you value your time more than they value the time that you are giving up to them. That's it. That's what I'm trying to reach for. That's a channel message. So yeah, guys, try to evolve into understanding your time is more precious than you being at that corporation's time clock, giving away your precious living time as a human. That is the slavery we're talking about. So I want to say this to everyone. Masters, I wrote this down before taping. Masters enjoy their own time. We're the one that chooses it. Meaning, if I want to spend 30 minutes, drinking coffee and grounding, that is my choice as a master. If I want to go for yoga in the morning, that is my choice. If I want to go for a walk in the morning, that is my choice. If I want to have lunch at a certain time or dinner at a certain time, if I want to go to this party or not of that party, this soiree, this gala, it is totally my choice. I have no obligations. Like I said, guys, when you're a slave, you feel obligated to show up somewhere. But when you're a master of your universe, you make the choice. And when you tell someone no, why would a master feel bad about it? Again, guys, a master of your universe, meaning when you tell people yes or no, it's your decision, you stand by it, and you just let it ride. And people can get flustered and bent out of shape over it. But again, you're finding that inner masterpiece to where you just know that you're the master, you're in control. You are the leisured one here. So speaking of masters, let's talk about the three-dimensional masters that we fall prey to. I just mentioned in the beginning of this episode, stress and its addiction to it. Meaning, the more stressed out we are, the more our society rewards it. Meaning, if you wake up in the morning and let's say your mom and dad, your partner, whoever, your friends, if they call you and you're stressed out, Ma, oh, I have to get to work. I'm almost late. People are like, yeah, babe, you can do it. Go for it. Blah, blah. Guys, that is not. That's reinforcing slavery, guys. When you get up in the morning and you're hurried and flustered and stressed, that is a sign of a slave, meaning that they are late to their master's job and they don't want to catch the heat of the master's task with if they're late to that position. So I want to put that out there too, guys. Stress is the number one catalyst of enslavement of the mind. It's a very subtle chain, but that chain is there because, like I said, guys, everyone in your life reinforces it. They even have movies and TV shows news reels, podcast reels. There are so much thing. There's so many things out there reinforcing the Western culture of stress. It's unexplainable. I would say that it's really bad. So again, guys, stress is a master, and it's a master I would like for everyone to evolve out of. Another master is hurried, meaning you're rushing, right? Rushing to the future, rushing to the next job, rushing to beat traffic, rushing to the coffee shop, rushing to breakfast. You might even eat breakfast on the way to work without really enjoying it. So, again, guys, this is the hurried master, the task master that is ingrained in us. And I would like for all of us, because I had to um, evolve myself out of it. I never told anyone what I was doing, but I'm telling everyone now this is how I started evolving out of it is not being hurried. I will wake myself up at a certain time when I choose to, go through all of my grounding practices, and then when I'm ready to leave the house, I'll leave the house and get to where I need to go. Again, just enjoying the leisure time in it, and not feeling stressed out. I'll get there when I get there. A lot of the time when I do go to work in the mornings, when I do choose to go to work, I'll say that I'll get to the gate 2, 3 minutes ahead of time and just waltz up to the gate. Gate agents are flustered. I'm like, yo, chill out. Like, we're gonna get this done. Don't worry about this. I know what I'm doing. So, that's a part of being a leisured master is when you do show up, you command the whole entire scene. I forgot to tell you guys that. Where you tell everyone with your own resonance and presence without even opening your mouth of what's happening here. I got this. Don't worry about this. We'll get this done together. And just I always try to tell people, we'll do this together. What else can I say about the hurried master? Yeah, I just said it. When you guys are in a hurry, try to catch yourself in the hurriedness and ask yourself why. Why are you hurried? Why are you not savoring the human experience of putting your hands on a wheel and driving a car? Why aren't you taking the time to eat your breakfast? Or maybe you're thinking there's something else I haven't explained that you do in the morning, but whatever you're doing, if you find yourself hurried, ask yourself, how can I stop being hurried and how can I evoke the leisured mindset that I'm teaching to all of you, and say in that moment, why am I being hurried? Who am I being hurried for? Am I being hurried to my taskmaster at work? Am I being hurried to do something else? That's what I want to try to bring awareness to today. That's the word I'm reaching for. Is in the middle of your stress and hurriedness, try to think of ways you can start savoring your time. Recalling your time before you go to that place or event that you're going to. And I also want to say this to everyone. Yeah, the future, I want to say too, the future in a leisured man mindset doesn't exist because the future is very unpredictable. Meaning, if your present moment is stressed out, hurried, and distracted, guess what your future is going to be? Yeah, it's going to be the same thing, guys. But if you're leisured, de stressed, stable, you're a master of your own universe, guess what your future is going to look like? It's going to be self mastery. That wasn't in my show notes, but it came out of me. But guys, that is self mastery of when you are in the middle of something. Are you still grounded, still, and calm, and you're commanding the whole entire scene with your presence? That's, in my opinion, that is the resonance of a leisured man. And also, I want to say this to you guys. Being engrossed, meaning vices, distractions. That's another word for it. Engrossed is a very old word, but the new word of it is being distracted, meaning um, when we're not stressed out and hurried, when we do find stillness, the mind starts to find other busied ways to occupy our minds, meaning we're scrolling. scrolling all day, scrolling for 8 hours. You're looking at kittens and cute little dogs, and someone might be power washing an Asmir power washing video where they're power washing a rug. You got to catch yourself and ask yourself, why am I watching a video about a guy power washing a rug? Like, what is that doing for me? Or maybe some people start watching all these different chefs making these wonderful dishes that they're never going to make, and you got to start understanding and questioning yourself, why am I staring at this digital device? And so again, guys, this 3D digital world, the matrix that we call it, well, in ancient Sanskrit they called it Maya, but the updated version of it is the matrix. But guys, there's nothing new under the sun. It just takes on a different character, a different actor to it. So the Maya now is that handheld device we call a cellular phone. That is a master that they want to keep us enslaved to. So again, guys, if you're constantly watching all the things we just talked about, maybe you're watching things about Trump, maybe you're watching things about Republicans and Democrats and liberals and conservatives and the downfall of this political leader, the rise of this other political leader. You start watching videos about land grabs and mass exodus of California and all that other stuff that you don't need to know about. Guys, that's another part of slavery, is when you're on those devices looking at all those things and other things that I haven't mentioned. That was just few vices that came off the top of my head. You are a slave. You are still enslaved because, like I said, guys, when you're not at that slave job, when you're not hurried to your taskmasters, now the 3D matrix is saying, well, since you're not at those two places, let's give you something else to be enslaved to, and that's that phone. So once again, guys, when you're on your devices or laptops and computers out there, when you find yourself just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, stop, look at yourself. This is the observer effect of being a master. Look at yourself, ask yourself, why am I doing this? Put the phone down and maybe take a moment to just reflect on what you just did. And ask yourself, was I present scrolling? Was I savoring my human experience? The little time I do have between, let's say work and partners and all that stuff, I spent that time giving my time away to someone I'm never going to meet, fighting with people online. Like I said, guys, looking at all these other videos online, you are giving away not only your energy and presence to these entities, you're also giving away the precious time, the little time we have in these human vessels. So once again, guys, start bringing yourself back to understanding that the most precious thing besides your own consciousness is your time. And when you start to guard your time a lot better, you start turning yourself into a leisured man master. That's the true foundation of being a leisured man, is knowing that your golden nugget is your time. And if I'll say this to you guys, if you can guard your house, your possessions, your yard, your body, you have all these different security codes for everything else. You don't allow people to come to your house. If you can give all those other physical Maya matrix objects that kind of security, why aren't you giving your time that kind of security? Yeah, guys, that is a big question, and that's what I read in on the shortness of life with Seneca. Even back in the ancient Imperium period of Rome, they still have the same issues with humanity. But back in those days, the Romans had, if they were in the upper classes, they had guards outside their doors. People were always guarding them as they went through the streets. And so Seneca was arguing to that leisured man, that leisure class, if you can guard yourself like this in the physical world, why aren't you guarding your time at the same time? Yes, guys, and this is another foundation of being being a leisured master, is reclaiming your time. Your time is more precious than gold. Your time is more precious than any of the metal that's present on this planet. And when you can start guarding your time, you can start dropping these, let's say, matrix slave mentality, these mental chains of the mind. I feel, in my opinion, doing this channel, this is how we can start doing that. What's other vices that we occupy our time with? We occupy our time with dating. Our families, our tribes, our friends, and other coworkers. When we're single, they ask you, are you dating someone? That's like the first thing people ask about. Or, they say, what's wrong with you? Why are you single? And then it becomes this repetitive thing to where we start thinking something is wrong with us. And now the first person that's kind to us, we jump into bed with them, get engrossed into a relationship with them, even though it's not the best one. It's probably a toxic one. But just for the sake of saying they have someone, people will do this all the time, guys. Again, this is a part of another thing that's slavery is dating. Now, if you choose to date someone and you truly are aligned with them, continue the dating. But if you're not aligned with that person, guys, and your beliefs and your healing isn't matched up, it's time to call it quits, guys. Don't stay in something just because, let's say, quote unquote, you do not want to be single. I'm going to say this to you guys. Again, being as a leisured man, you know your time is precious. Giving away your time to someone else for their enjoyment, for their happiness, you are stealing precious moments from your life and you're giving them that time. If you guys watched that movie with Justin Timberlake, I think it was called Time, or was it called? It was called something with time, to where everyone had these watches on and the time was clicking backwards, and sometimes they could go to different places and get a recharge and bump their lives up, bump their years a little more. That movie was ahead of its time, but it is explaining what we do, and we don't even notice that we're doing it. Because, like I said, guys, when you don't have the awareness that time is precious, you don't understand that you're taking away time from your life and you're giving it to someone else. So, guys, this is another technique I want to get out to the masses or the people, is that is the balance of time that people are not aware of, or a lot of people are not aware of this. Some of us out there who are aware of it, but I want to make a lot more people aware of it. When you are distracted with another person in front of you, I don't care if you're courting them, dating them, partner with them, engaged to them, married to them. Sometimes that partner is not the person you need to be with, and you will notice it. And I want you guys to do this if you're with someone. Notice how much time you're giving to someone. If someone is really taking up 100% of your time, 90% of your time, even 50% of your time, selfishly, it's time to move on, and it's time to take back your time, guys. And if that partner does not like the little subtle changes you were making, they were not for you in the first place. I want to say that too. So again, guys, start to rethink what you're doing with your relationships and start to think of when you are giving so much of your time and effort and love to someone else. If it's not reciprocated, they're stealing time. This is what they mean by energy vampires. Those people are just taking time away from you, precious time away from you. That's what I wanted to say. And then another thing that we get distracted with, and this is for both gay and straight, bi and non-binary, sex. When we get older, they always say that sex is a part of getting older. Well, yes and no. You don't always have to have sex, but in this, especially in this digital world of Instagram, TikTok, there's so many beautiful human beings around the world. People get engrossed with looking at them. They get engrossed or distracted by these different people, and even people in your city. There's a lot of beautiful people around, and with these, especially with these new dating social apps, it has really made finding sex like shopping, on an app for, like, let's say Vons or something like that, where you can just swipe left, right, You find something you like, click on it, might hit them up, they come over, you come over, and things get done in like 20 minutes, and boom, you're done. So, guys, that's another way of distracting us, is being a slave to these digital apps. I used to be a slave to it, meaning spending hours of your time searching for sex that's only going to last, like I said, guys, 20, 30 minutes at most, depending on how horny someone is. But I'm just trying to make, I'm not making light of it, but I'm really just trying to make it aware to all of you guys, to solidify in your minds that why do you want to spend 2, 4 hours of your time not holding a device, chatting with all these different random people that you honestly don't know who's hiding behind that human body, looking for some sex? And like I said, guys, it only lasts for a few moments, and then you're right back into, hurried distraction and stress. So this is what I mean, guys, by coming back into more leisured life, is when you value your time, you won't be laying up with everybody. Now, do I still have sex? Yes, I do. But I choose when I want to do it. I'm not enslaved to it, meaning I'm not looking for it all the time. And that's something I want to put out there to the collective too, guys. That's why I said in my last video, the way I go about sex is very different now. It's more guarded. I'll say that. My time is a lot more guarded. I'll say that. So let's move on. Movies, watching movies all day. That's another distraction. You are wrapped up in another fantasy world, but you're not thinking about your own. Now, if the movie is something that is teaching you something, that's a little different. But just be mindful, guys. When you're binge watching a movie, or you're binge watching TV shows all weekend, you have given your time to that device. You've given your time energetically away to that entity, and it has stolen precious moments away from your life. So I want to say this to everyone. If you are looking to still watch movies and TV shows, give yourself an hour, do an episode, maybe 2 episodes. If you want to watch something, turn off the TV, turn off the device, and then go outside and do something, or write, read. Just make sure your mind is not distracted. That's what I'm trying to say, guys, and that stuff can distract the mind. Let's see. I know this is a big one because people are doing, gamers out there. I've seen people game for beyond 10 hours. Guys, again, that is giving away precious time, because yes, you might be enjoying the enjoyment of winning and going through the different levels on a game, but you were distracted from, being in this human experience. You were distracted from your own thoughts. You're distracted from just stillness and silence, because this game is occupying so much of your mental capacity. Again, you're not dropping into the old ancient patterns of just taking time to be leisure, taking time to just be with yourself, and just find the stillness and the precious moments of this very short human experience. That's what I keep trying to push out there, and hopefully it's going to resonate with you guys. Another vice, another distraction is excessive drinking. And as I'll say, I'm getting flustered about this. Let me slow down. I mentioned this in the Divine Lux Soul podcast, but we're going to say it again. I used to be an alcoholic, and with my spiritual awareness, I evolved myself out of it. And there was a time where I went cold turkey, and then I started to read other Eastern philosophies, and that's when I realized, libations, spirits, as they call it, they're here for a reason. But I'll say this: I'm not using alcohol the same way I used to use it. I used to drink excessively to numb the pain. I used to drink excessively to numb the downfalls in life. So for those of you out there who do drink heavily, there's probably a main reason, the reason why you are, drinking the way you are. And I'll give you guys an example before I move on. If I had a hard day at work, with the airline, I'm in the room at night drinking at least 6 minis by myself. If there was a Friday night where, the week to me at the time wasn't going right, then I would hunt for some people see who's available to drink, or I have my drinking buddies on speed dial and be like, hey, you guys want to go drink? And they're like, yeah, let's do it, 10 minutes, you know. So, and then we come right to the bar. Bartender knows us already. Bartender's getting the drinks ready. Boom, we're ready to go. And I used to have 2 drinks in hand. That was at one point that was happening. So drinking excessively, guys, can start to slow down your cognition, meaning that it starts distracting your mind. Your mind starts to not only slow down, but the brain synapses become really erratic, meaning that your decision making is at an all-time low. Um, yeah, that's all I can say about it. So again, guys, you're not really enjoying life. You're just enjoying the alcohol and what the alcohol does to your mind. That is a big distraction. That's actually taking away your time. So when I was looking back at my life, I was just like, oh my God, I wasted like two decades from the time I turned 20 until the time I was about 40, 42. I spent, senselessly, conscious or unconsciously drinking, and I just felt like I wasted so much time, and then I was kind of hard on myself for it. But then I realized, in order to heal other people, one must go through that dark night of the soul to help other people evolve out of it. So that's why I want to spend some time on alcoholism. Is I can also help people to manage their alcohol intake. So if you guys want to do some one-on-one work, my email is in the comments. Just email me up, and let's see if we do set up some consultations about that. Smoking, that's another excessive habit, that nicotine high that you get when you smoke. I've only smoked one time in my life, and that was only like one puff, and I hated it. But for those of you who are out there who are smoking, I would highly suggest you stop. Not only is it really, just bad for your precious lungs in there, you are also taking time away from your body, meaning every puff, every inhale, every cigarette, every carton is shortening that precious lifespan that you have. And if you're, again, guys, distracted, stressed out, hurried with all the vices we just talked about, that smoking is now and alcohol is now going to start shortening your lifespan to where you have less time. And then, death is going to be a surprise to you, because like, you guys don't know this yet. A lot of time when people get to the end of their lives, the reason why they're so scared of it is because it's their first time ever meeting it. They're not mature enough to understand it, and it's a shock to them. So if you guys have watched someone pass away and it's very dramatic, that's normally the reason why, that they're just at the end of their life, and they just now been hit with the reality that they wasted their whole entire life, and now they don't want to go. And they'll eventually come back in a different form. We just don't know what that form that is. But I want everyone here on this podcast to be prepared for it and live a full life. I'll say that, with consciously living a full life. Shopping is an addiction, guys. I was one of them. Like I mentioned in my other podcast, back in the day, I was a clothing horse. And again, if I had a bad day or bad week, bad month, whatever, I would just go out and go shopping. Even stuff I didn't need, because I'm going to say, guys, here in America, they teach us that shopping is therapy. Guys, that's not. That's something that the shopping, let's say, masters made up so we can put ourselves in more debt, get all these clothes, and nowhere to wear them. Or some people do have somewhere to wear them, but then when you do wear those clothes, you don't want people to look at you. I'm like, it's the strangest paradox here, especially in the West, to where, like I said, guys, go shopping, buy all these clothes, look your best, but when you go out looking your best, now you're nasty and mean to people because they're looking at you, and it's like, well, don't get dressed like that if you don't want people to say, oh, you look nice today. Oh, I like this this combination. So that is another thing I want to help people to evolve out of is you don't need to go shopping when you have a bad day. Only thing you need to do is just revisit your thoughts, revisit yourself. And again, guys, this is part of being a leisured man is um, not getting distracted by your vices. When you do have the urge to go to do anything, ask yourself why. Do I really need to do that? Can I just stay at home and be with myself? Can I stay at home and just write, draw, paint, read, play music, learn a new dance? There's more to life than just what they're teaching us, guys. That's what I'm trying to say. And this is for the luxury man, meaning the upper classes, the millionaires and billionaires. I don't have a problem with any of that. My only problem with it is that kind of lifestyle leads to busyness, meaning you have so much money in your account that you're doing nothing but spending on yourself, selfishly spending on yourself. And Seneca even talks about this too, with the upper rich classes. It's a lazy busyness. Meaning that they do have so much resources, physical resources at their um, discretion, that they don't understand how to use it. They don't know how to really help people with your millions. They don't really know how to give to real causes. They're not getting up off of their, let's say, seats or their really cushioned sofas to go out there and help humanity. They only service themselves with the next latest car, the next house, the next yacht, and the next rocket. Again, guys, they have so much money that they have nothing else to do with it. So that's another thing that is a big vice here in the physical world. And another thing that's another vice is, yeah, drug usage. That can be another excessive drug usage can be hindering to a soul. I mean, every now and then I think it's okay, but if you're constantly, waking up to pop either a prescription pill or non-prescription pill, then there is an actual problem. Just like when, an alcoholic, I could talk about this. When you wake up in the morning, the first thing you want is a glass of, something alcoholic. We have a problem here. And if you're a drug user, and you wake up in the morning and the first thing you do is you got to scramble for something to take, that is normally a sign that there's a problem there. But like I said, guys, every now and then, to heighten your human experience, in my opinion, I feel that's okay. I do it every now and then myself. When I go to a rave or a house festival, I'll take a little something just to heighten my senses and really just let go, and I can just really get out there and start dancing and moving my body. So that's why I say, guys, every now and then I feel it's okay. But again, you're the master of your universe. You make that choice, but don't allow those vices to distract you. Don't allow those vices to take over your experience to where you're a slave to it. That's what I'm trying to say. So again, guys, you make the decision to have it, and then try not to let that vice. Uh, don't be a slave to it. Don't allow that vice to be your master. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't allow that vice to be your master. And then, oh, I forgot about this one. Pain is also a master, meaning, oh, I just mentioned that. We learn to use our vices to mask over the pain that's inside of us. And like I said, guys, um, in my experience with alcohol, I drank because I didn't finish college. I drank because, um, you know, I didn't measure up to my family's last name. I drank because, I was the only boy in the family, and I accomplished nothing that they wanted me to do. And I did a lot of drinking to mask that over. I did a lot of drinking just to make myself feel important by buying people a shot or something like that. Although I didn't have much in my bank account, it was still a way for me to say, oh yeah, I achieved something. But in actuality, it was just I was enslaved in the mind. I was enslaved that I wasn't enough. That is something I had to overcome last year. But yeah, that's something I had to overcome. So again, guys, if you are feeling any pain and you're doing any vices and distractions, there's normally a real root reason to why you're doing it. I know it's hard to tackle everyone, but you must, especially if you want to evolve into a leisured man, you must address that deep, dark. I want to say deep and dark. I would say just tackle that pain. Sometimes the pain is not even from childhood. Sometimes the pain is from last week, a month ago, a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. It could be 10 years ago. But whatever that pain is, guys, it just builds upon one another. And I highly encourage all of you to just start going into those layers, going into that onion peel, and just start peeling back those layers. So I feel I've been talking for the last 44 minutes. That's wild. So, guys, what am I trying to say? A leisured man, another foundation of this podcast is a leisured man knows no master. We are not the enslaved class. We are the master class. We are the princely class. We are not chained at the mind. We are the masters of our own universe. And if you need to rewatch this episode, I would highly recommend it. I think I have put out some really good nuggets of information out there. I'll be back with more posting, everyone. I'm trying, not trying. I'm gearing up for a really special episode, and I'm also reestablishing the channel. So the Instagram algorithm can put the channel out to more people. So if you guys get sick of me posting, that's fine because I'll still be creating. So this is what we were doing on the podcast, guys, is just creating more content so the channel can grow. And like I mentioned in the beginning of this episode, so we can start creating membership services, meaning having monthly memberships offered. I mean, I can do one-on-one stuff, but just for the collective, it would be great to just have my public videos and then also have videos for my private clientele. So that's what I want to evolve to. So again, guys, help me. I'll help you all at the same time. Help me grow the channel, and I'll assist in your evolution as a leisured man, and bring you into the leisured class. I'll say that, or elevate you into the leisure class. Like I said, guys, it's been in my soul, and I know how to do it. This has all been. I mean, it's been there. I'll say this, guys. I don't have a guru. I don't have a teacher guiding me along the way. This is just all coming out of me. Yeah. So again, guys, I can teach it. I know it. So if you guys just stick with me a little bit longer, we'll all be evolved together. I can grow too. My evolution is not done yet, and your evolution is never done. But what I want you all to do is to guard your time. Your time is very precious. The little time that we do have with ourselves, let's start to expand that time. Because, like I said, this whole episode, the Matrix world wants us to go through life hurried, busy, stressed out, and distracted. And then by the time we do reach our end, we're surprised by it. And now we want to go back and come to the sweetness of life. And I don't want myself or any of you listening to this episode to be in that position. So the way we can start living more leisure lives is one, guarding your time, two, knowing that it's precious, three, expanding your time with yourself. And it doesn't have to be in stillness, everyone. You can still be in an activity and you can still be leisured. Just like this weekend, I went to a neighbor's and friends retirement party, and even while there was busyness around me of people eating, drinking, and chatting and catching up, I still found leisure in that moment. I put my phone away. I put it in airplane mode, and I just surfed around like a butterfly and just met so many different people. I wasn't on a time clock. The only time clock that I was on was watching the sun. That was my indicator. My indicator was time to go home. And then when the sun went down, I told my friends and the party um, hosts, it's time for me to go. I've expired, and I chose to go home. And so again, guys, that's me being a master of my universe. I stepped out the party when I was ready to go, and I didn't feel bad about dipping out. So long story short, guys, take back your time, guard it like Fort Knox, and you can start becoming and elevating yourself into a leisure master. You can come into the leisure class. That being said, everyone, again, a leisured man knows no master. Become the master of your universe, and let's keep evolving and moving ourselves into these, um, let's say, larger domus. That is a large house in ancient Latin, and then we can elevate into a ville, which is the villa out in the countryside. So let's just keep expanding and growing, guys, being leisured. I've said enough. I think that's it. Again, guys, I am Kamal. I am always your guide and your teacher on how to be a leisured man. Again, subscribe. Like the video, comment down below. I would love to hear everyone's opinions about this. And if you need to share the channel, guys, I would greatly appreciate it. And like I said, let's grow the community. Let's grow together. I have so much dreamed up that I want to put out there, and I've created already for you guys. And we haven't even gotten to that point of 1,000 subscribers. Let's do it, guys. Take care. I've said enough. Happy Monday. I want to say this to everyone. Allow love to conquer all of your fears. That is what I want to leave you with today. Again, guys, lean into love this week, and I will chat with all of you on another Leisured Man episode.